Thank you for browsing page 121. Today we're going to go into the Traveler Companion Update 2024, and we're going to look at a really neat section in here, Animal Encounters. This is like a little monster manual right in the middle of this book, and I know Traveler doesn't have monsters, they're animals, but what the heck. So this gives us all different types of animal traits and things like that. They can be clever, composite creatures, dispersed, energy, all kinds of different tag words for them. And then to make a strange animal, you can throw in this table. And you can get a lot of nice stuff here. So if you're looking to create your own animal encounters in Traveler, this is a really good resource for it. And then we get a whole bunch of creatures. Again, monster manual? Yeah, why not? We start with Elverson's Nightmare, the Rogers, however you would say that. Canderson's Gray Mass. I do not want to fall asleep on that thing. The River Dipper, like an otter. Sting Storm, Peak Floater. Curvin Espan. A Cliffhanger. A Traitor. A Diadahack, don't even know how to say that one. It's an Aslan word. A Brown Forester, which looks just like a big bear. A Scree, I love that name. Morale's Predator. Sesquipin. And then you get some aquatic animals. Vent Swarmer, Cuddle Horror, Boot Wrap, Pointer Fish, Lake Fang, Swamp Queen, and then exotic environment animals. Hequib Olkide, big old lobster, crab, a Death Cloud, Shade, an Alga Worm, a Cosman. That looks like a big padded bear. And then you get a low bug and species D8071, the Hull Net. Lots of cool monsters in here. Creatures in here for you to craft different encounters around, or possibly even a game or two. Some of the aquatic ones definitely leap to mind, and especially some of the exotic ones. If you want to end up with something that's going to be bothering your ship, maybe you've got some kind of free energy phenomenon, maybe it lives in jump space and comes into the ship during jump, who knows? That's kind of for the GM to decide. And then the species 8071 is a really good one. Native to the upper atmospheres of gas giants. It resembles a loosely connected web of organic nodules and drifts in the winds and consumes primitive amino acids or hydrocarbons. They are not hostile, but may or may not be aware of passing vehicles, can become entangled and cause you all kinds of problems. Be tough to clean off, like Minox. So just kind of a neat idea. A lot of these are just fun. You can adapt any kind of creature, of course, to be a Traveler animal. That's kind of the point of the Traveler game. But I like getting different exotic looking things, and I think some of these appeared in some of the Journal of Traveler's Aid Society. But that's okay. They're consolidated here under Animal Encounters, and I always appreciate when a book does that for me. I like the animal traits you can add, and you're not stuck with what they've put out here. If you want to have your Elverson's Nightmare also have the gigantic strain or tough, those are two good ways to beef this thing up to make it a bit more of a challenge. If your characters have heavy weapons, or if they're definitely a shoot first, ask questions later kind of group, you might want to toughen up the monsters. Give them at least a chance. You could also put these as pack hunters maybe at this size. Maybe they hunt in packs. River Dippers could be a little bit more menacing instead of just a peculiar little beast. Maybe it's a menacing type creature, but you get the idea. You could take something very innocuous and make it into something interesting or challenging given the circumstances. And that's really what the Traveler GM is there to do, is come up with neat ideas where the players can interact and try to figure their way out of problem X or Y. And not every problem has to be something that's going to crash the ship or cause bankruptcy. Sometimes it's just a pain in the butt. So these are good ones to look at for any of those kinds of encounters. I love these. I love when we get these in JTAS. There's some in the core rulebook, of course, but I just wanted to call out the ones here in the Traveler Companion. And as I said, this is the Companion 2024 update. So it's available lots of places. But yeah, I do recommend the Animal Encounters out of here. I've really been reading this book over in the last few months, really drawing ideas from it and actually adapting some of the stuff straight into my campaign. So it's definitely worth a look in my opinion. But that's all I've got to say today on page 121 about Animal Encounters. Let me know how you've used animals in the past, or maybe some neat ones you've created. If you want to go ahead and post them in the comments below, I'm sure that your fellow travelers would be thrilled to see them. But in the meantime, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Tell your friends. Let's keep growing the channel. Take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. Any comments below for suggested videos in the future. I always read them. I don't promise anything, but I will read them. But that's all I've got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.